this video, I wanted to showcase some of the differences that you guys might see out there in terms of masking up and doing your porch drill. I got with Keenan Willman for some guidance to see how he's doing his porch drill, and we went ahead and broke down just step by step exactly what he's doing with his porch drill that makes him so fast. So working with Willman, what I found is, yeah, not only is he fast at his porch drill, but he's fast because he's efficient. It's not necessarily that he's moving faster with putting his gear on. He's just more efficient when it comes to every single step that he does. So you could tell when he's doing his porch drill that every step has been thought about, it's done with intention, and it's been trained over and over and over to where he doesn't really make too many mistakes when he's putting it on. And even when he does make a mistake, he's able to recover from those mistakes and still be pretty fast at his porch drill. So just in timing, Keenan, pretty consistently, he was at like a 9 or 10 second porch drill. His fastest was an 8-second porch drill. And again, when you guys see the video, you'll see that he's not necessarily moving faster than the other guys that are porching with him. He's just a whole lot more efficient in every step that he does. So this is the big takeaway that I hope you guys get from the video, is that it's not necessarily you moving faster, it's you moving with intention and thinking about every single step that you're doing and not wasting any movements. So some of the porch drills that you guys will see, the guys are still very good. So this is not necessarily a video to show like, look how bad this guy is in relation to Keenan. This is more so, look how efficient Keenan is, even against guys that are very good at their porch drill. So we have one example that you guys will see in the video of someone that is fresh out of the academy, just what they've been taught in the academy setting as far as getting their porch drill done. And then we have another firefighter that's been in for a few years. He's got a great porch drill. There's one part of the video where he hits a 20-second porch drill, which by our LCFD standards and what we teach in the academy, we always tell cadets, hey, even a sub 30-second porch drill is what you're shooting for. Anything below that, you're doing a great job. And then even when you're hitting a 20-second porch drill, that's a great porch drill. But what you guys will see is even with that 20-second porch drill, there's a huge difference between the 8-second porch drill that Keenan does and the 20-second porch drill that the other firefighter does. Now, in this video, we're also going to talk about some modifications that have been done to Keenan's gear. And lately, there's been a lot of talk in our department about whether or not you should modify your gear or buy extra stuff for firefighting operations in our department. What you guys will see with Keenan's modifications is that they're not even that crazy of modifications. They're just very little small changes that he's done to just help make him just that much faster on his porch drill. So one modification might make him a ½ second faster, the other one might make him 1 or 2 seconds faster. But then when you start adding those up, that's what really chips away at that overall porch drill time and gets him down to like that 8 or 9 second porch drill that you guys will see. So we'll show those modifications. We'll explain what he did to his gear and why. And you guys will see some up close photos to those modifications that he made. So one example is Keenan got a longer chin strap for his helmet. This longer chin strap helps him put his helmet back into the side rather than put the helmet down. So a huge advantage for this is if you could just turn your helmet off to the side, now you still have visual on what you're looking at when you get to that fire. So I'm a heads up firefighter. I'm not doing my porch drill looking down at the ground anymore. This modification just helps with him to be able to turn his helmet to the side, and now he can keep eyes on the structure, eyes on what he's about to encounter, as opposed to eyes down just staring at the ground while he's doing his porch drill. So the longer chin strap does help with that, but what you guys will see is you can do that even with the chin strap that we have issued in our helmets, the one that just comes with the helmets. So I'll show you guys a porch drill without any modifications, just with the gear that we've been given. And you guys will see that it is doable with the chin strap that we have. It may just take a little bit more practice because it is shorter than that longer leather chin strap that Keenan has. Some of the other modifications are, like I said, very small mods, but they do help just with dexterity. One caveat I would say that Keenan does have an advantage on us is that he has his own gloves. So Keenan went ahead and invested in himself and invested in his own pair of Structure NFPA rated firefighting gloves. So same types of materials that we have in the department issue gloves that we have, same vendors, all that stuff. They're just a little bit better when it comes to dexterity. So when he reaches back with gloves on for his hood, he's able to actually feel where that hood is and pull it over and get a good seal with his hood. I know a lot of guys that I've talked to in the department, they don't feel comfortable doing that with the gloves that we have issued to us, which is fine. I understand that as well. I have a lot of difficulties being consistent and getting a good seal with my hood with gloves on. So in the porch drill that I'll do, I'll show you guys doing the porch drill with just one glove on, and then this hand will be ungloved, and that'll give me a little bit more dexterity when I'm reaching for my hood. So I'll still do all the movements that Keenan does in his porch drill, but just at the very end, I'm just gonna put that final glove on before I make entry. So it'll still make me a little bit slower than what Keenan is doing, and the preferred method would be always to get better with just gloves on. But if you truly do not feel confident getting a good seal with gloves on, then we'll show you a method to where you can do it with just one glove off and you still have great dexterity putting that hood on. Now, hopefully a takeaway from this video is you guys will get some tips on how to be just a little bit better when it comes to masking up. One thing that I hope we all think about is if we truly take into consideration all the UL studies that we've seen that have come out over the past few years, one thing that we always talk about is time is a factor. Time is always working against us even before we get on scene. And I think as a department, we've done a great job about recognizing that and addressing that. So we make sure that our response times are as short as possible. We make sure that we are staffed and that we have enough resources to mitigate any scene that we come to. We've invested a ton of time, effort, and money into our nozzle forward program and making sure that our hose deployments are going as quickly and as efficiently as possible, no matter what structure we encounter. We make sure that we're flowing and moving quickly and that we have communication and coordination with our crew members when it comes to doing that. On the truck side, we make sure that the forcible entry is going well, that the VES is performed safely and efficiently. But what if we do all of that with a 1-minute porch drill, a 40-second porch drill, a 30-second porch drill? Now again, we're letting that clock beat us. And as we all know, when you're on scene, that clock is always running and it's always something that we got to consider, always something that we're working against. So why not invest a little bit more into our porch drill times, invest a little bit more in making that a priority and training that as a top priority, just like we train our hose deployments, just like we train our forcible entry, just like we train our searches and our victim removals. So just a little bit extra time in that porch drill, and you guys will see that makes a huge difference in getting in there and occupying the space and making a positive impact on the scenes that we arrive to.
slowing it down and looking at the two different methods here, you can see there's an obvious advantage to working with your gloves on, but Willman also does a great job of keeping his helmet on and off to the side. When you take your helmet off, now you have to think about working either around your regulator or taking it off and then putting it back on at the end of your porch drill. Either way, that adds seconds to your porch drill, where if you would have just kept your helmet on, that could have shaved off quite a bit of seconds on your porch drill. What we also see is the majority of people's porch drill times are spent managing their gloves. So taking them off and getting them set up for each hand, and then working their hands into the gloves takes a lot of seconds into your porch drill, where if you work just with either one glove or both gloves on, that could save you a lot of time in the long run. Eliminating any duplication of efforts and making your movements as fluid and streamlined as possible is the key to getting you a fast porch drill. Okay, so on here you can see Willman has secured his top 3 harness straps with just some simple duct tape. What this does is it keeps his straps secured to the right amount of tension, how he likes it. That way every time he puts his mask on, he has the same exact seal and he doesn't have to worry about those straps coming loose while he's putting his mask on. The next modification Willman's done is on the bottom 2 harness straps. He has added a small key ring to those straps. What that key ring does, it just serves as a landmark for when he's reaching back and pulling tension on those bottom straps. He could find that landmark easily with a gloved hand, reach for it, and pull tight every time. Last addition is the leather helmet chin strap that Willman has on his helmet. As you could see, it is still secured to the same area where his original chin strap is secured to his helmet. He just has that longer leather strap to help with his porch drill when he's turning his helmet to the side, but he still has his original chin strap just looped over the back of his helmet. Now, breaking it down just step by step on how Willman does his porch drill, as you can see, he puts the helmet off to the side and back, and then he holds onto his mask in a very specific way. So he spreads it wide on both sides while holding on to the bottom harness straps. From those bottom harness straps, he puts his mask on, maintaining those keyring landmarks that we showed, and just pulls tight, creating tension on the mask and getting a good seal every time. Again, no wasted movements. He keeps his hands up above over his head after he tightens his 2 bottom harness straps and begins reaching for his hood. Here he kind of takes his time and really pays attention to where his hood is and works his thumbs underneath his hood, then pulls his hood high and over his mask, beginning to seal up and cover any exposed skin that he has around that mask area. No wasted movement here, so as soon as he gets coverage on the top of his mask, he starts working his hands down and getting coverage to the bottom area of his mask. So he works top to bottom, creating that good seal, and then he reaches for his helmet, pulls that over, grabs his strap, and pulls the strap tight. And there you have it, a fast, efficient porch drill.